Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Sam Arce, also known as Broadway Sam, and welcome to Lunch Break with ATI, Actors Theater of Indiana. We are the resident company here at the Black Box Theater, and I am so excited. We have just a wonderful special guest. So today we have Ashley Jacobs, who is the artistic director of CIDE, Central Indiana Dance. And welcome, Ashley.
Thank you.
We're going to
Thanks
be
for having me.
talking about your organization, which is a non-for-profit,
Yep.
which is one of the resident companies. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the fact that it's your 25th anniversary. Your next show, which is actually
This weekend. Yeah.
the 18th and 20th. So we're going to talk about that a bit, but it's this weekend. It's actually Beauty and the Beast, right?
Yep.
And so I want to get to know you, and we've had a little pre-interview, but and so today's all about dance and ballet and you being part of the community. So let's kind of get into it.
Yeah.
So Ashley, you come from kind of a little bit of a Carmel dance dynasty, so to speak.
Yeah, maybe.
Your mom,
Uh-huh.
who Susan,
Yeah,
right?
Suzanne, yeah.
Suzanne DeLay, right?
Delay. Yep.
Was a professional dancer.
Yep.
And she actually started the organization.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so my mom, Suzanne, has been teaching around the area for on and off my whole life, but more specifically, obviously, in the last 25, 30 years, and danced professionally with Pacific Northwest Ballet in Seattle. But yeah, 25 years ago, found a need of getting dancers, young dancers, more performing experience and not competition dance, getting them to be performers, not competitors, because dance is an art. And so really trying to get that up and running. For a while, we were the only Nutcracker in Carmel. And then when the center opened, we were invited to be a resident company. And so we're the only pre-professional resident company. So we don't pay our dancers; they're all students, and so that's really important to us that have that special designation at the center. So.
I love that you said that, because non-competitive. I think that's something that we need to teach these children early, because I think in life right now everything seems to be about competition, and yet you're teaching them about working together, about learning that dance is an art, because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's first, we're in the arts,
Yeah.
and it is an art form.
Right.
Yes, there is going to be some competitiveness as time goes on,
Right.
but there's enough learning about that in their lives. I think first they have to build the love for it.
Yeah. And the passion. And yeah, we talk about that a lot, that you have to have that passion. You have to show it, and you have to show it on stage. And kids, when it becomes a competition, they get so upset when they mess up or when they make a mistake. And, I really try really hard that this is an art. It's a performing art. So stuff is going to go wrong. But what are you going to do?
That's the beauty of live theater.
Yes. Yeah. Well, and that's and I say that's life. Stuff's going to go wrong.
Life's messy.
And how do you pick yourself up and go, okay, well, I can do it better next time? Because you're going to have to do that on stage too, whether it's the lights or whether it's the, costume or set, whatever it is. Mess up your steps.
That's a great teaching skill. Yeah. It's different from a movie where you go, cut, take two, take three.
Yeah.
But that's where they're learning. There's rehearsals. So for Beauty and the Beast, your ensemble, the ages are from what age to what age? Because I know your group they start very young.
Yeah, so our ensemble, they're 8 to 18.
Okay.
The dance studio is 2 to 18, but the ensemble, they have to be 8 to 18.
Wow, so, 2 years old they can start.
Yeah.
And so when a 2-year-old starts, what is that like?
So we have a toddler and me class, and so it's just rhythm, getting them to move. I mean, I have a 2-year-old at home, so she's moving all the time.
Oh,
Doesn't listen well, but
I have a 2-year-old grandson that's like
yeah.
that. But I can't wait till my granddaughter, Isabella Izzy,
Yeah.
I got to say it, Michelle, we're going to be talking about when Izzy's 2. Maybe this is toddler and you to do that. That's great. So, so moms or dads too
And we
can
have a lot
bring
of grandparents.
and grandparents. So I can do this.
Bring her, yeah.
Maybe that's something I can do with my granddaughter.
Yeah.
So you can. It's a movement class.
Yeah. So it's a half an hour, and it's just a movement class, getting them used to following directions, staying in line.
Oh my gosh.
Finding rhythm.
Oh, you had me at movement.
Yeah.
I do this with my granddaughter every weekend when I'm with her, or every time I'm with her. I'm constantly going easy ups, and moving, and she smiles and laughs. So this is a time that they can bond and be special, and so that's a class made for that.
Yep.
And then if they really take to it, there's levels.
Yep. And then we get the beginning movements, the 3-year-olds, and creative movement for the 4-year-olds, and all the way up to 18.
So, and I had asked you this question. I thought this really, it resonated to me. You have had, because you've been doing this now, how long?
So we've had the academy for 16 years.
And you have students that have been with you the whole 16 years.
Yeah.
You even mentioned to me that you even, was it last night?
Yeah.
You had a student that drove there, and it kind of...
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, I've known you since you were 2. I mean, I've, seen her siblings grow up too. I remember her mom being pregnant with all of her siblings, and I was like, wait, you just drove here by yourself? Like,
that's mind-blowing.
By yourself. Like,
that must be mind-blowing to you.
Yeah, and I don't feel that old, so that's even more crazy.
So you're teaching them not only this art, but the discipline that goes along with this.
Yeah.
So for you, what's neat about what you're doing is you're instilling a passion, motivation, and inspiration. You're encouraging. This goes beyond just the art of dance, but it probably helps them in many ways, because they have to be disciplined in order to do dance. Right. And I know this body doesn't look like it, but years ago when I was doing musical theater, and I had to take, in order to do the shows that I was doing, we had choreographers and dance. I knew I had to take lessons, so I went to a professional dance, studio to learn, and it was diligent, and it's discipline.
Well,
and
discipline and
time management.
And I mean, we have a lot of dancers that have gone on to college programs and dancing professionally, but we also have actually quite a few dancers who are doctors now, OBGYNs or physical therapists or foot podiatrists, and it's just like, oh well, that discipline from dance transferred over into
absolutely
medical school and residency.
I
and,
100% agree
so
with you. The arts does that.
Yeah, so all of them, all of our alumni are very successful in what they're doing, whether it's dance or in the medical field or whatever.
So you're building a great foundation. I think the arts does that. Whether it's dance, music. For my daughter, she started taking piano lessons very young. She's a doctor now, so I think that it does translate.
Yeah.
I think what you're doing really makes a difference. So you have many of your students have gone on professionally, and they're with other resident companies across the country.
Yeah.
What is that like for you?
It's exciting. It's exciting when you get text messages, and we just had a dancer graduate from Brenau University in Georgia, and she sent a text message like, I got a contract with a professional company.
Wow.
And, it started with you, and just sending all these pictures, and just how grateful she was, and that's just very special. Just that we had a small part in what she wanted to do, and what we got her there, and she graduated from college, and she went to college for dance, but also she couldn't have gotten there without us. So
do you and your mom talk about that? Is that something
we do, all the time. And we had we had a student yesterday that walked in, and she just got a company contract with Eugene Ballet, and she's been at Ballet Idaho, and just stuff like that, where they just walk in and they're like, this is what I'm doing. And it's like, wow, you know what I mean? Wow. Like, amazing.
Imagine all the way from Indiana, and now she's in Oregon.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Incredible.
far. I mean, we have a dancer at National Ballet of Canada. We have we have 2 dancers at Pacific Northwest Ballet. We have a dancer in Los Angeles Ballet, Arizona Ballet. So kind of all over. But,
Incredible.
But all of those are pretty far away. Now
Well,
that I think
you know
about
what?
it,
Do you guys have a map? You should almost
we should start a map.
You should
yeah.
you should
That'd
get
be
a map
great.
with little ballet
Those
slippers, little slippers,
Yeah.
and where your dancers are
Yeah,
going.
we should do that.
It's almost like Mr. Holland's Opus.
Yeah.
You know, you are changing lives.
Yeah.
And as you and your mom, as the years go on, you realize the lives that you're impacting, and you're making a difference. So that's great.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And so you're married.
I am. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you have 2 children.
I have 2 children. Yeah. So my husband, his name is Joe. He's regional VP for LA Fitness.
So he's a fit guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
Not a dancer,
yeah,
you said.
Not a dancer.
Did he dance at your wedding though? Did you teach him a few steps?
A little bit. Yeah. A little bit, but
he's fit.
yeah, but it's probably better he's not a dancer. And then I have a 6-year-old son. His name is JP. He's going to.
What's the
kindergarten.
JP percent? Is he
Joseph? Yep.
He's a junior.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's
the third?
He's a third.
Okay, I'm
Yeah.
glad you corrected me because
Yeah.
my son is the
This is a
third.
third,
Because
yeah.
I get all the time,
Yeah.
they'll say Sammy Junior, and I said, no, that's me.
Yeah.
So your husband is junior, and your son is the third.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So JP.
So he goes by JP.
Gotcha.
And then my daughter's 2.
What's
name's
her name?
Genevieve.
Genevieve, oh, beautiful
Yeah,
name.
that was my grandmother's name.
Well, it's a beautiful name. It would be a great name for a dancer
Yeah,
too.
right. Yeah, she has really good rhythm and
Genevieve Jacobs,
Yeah.
starring in The Nutcracker,
Right, yeah.
here in Carmel.
Yeah.
Could see that in
Yeah.
years to come.
and I think she's going to be tall, so that's good
Oh,
because I was short.
gosh.
So
Yeah, well, it worked.
yeah,
So you started dancing at what age?
10.
You were a late bloomer.
I was late.
A little late to it.
When I was 3, 4, I hated wearing tights.
But your mom was a dancer, but
Yes,
so
but
did
she
you?
got so frustrated with me trying to get me to take class and get me in tights. She was like, "Fine, you're never dancing again." And then my stepsister actually was in a dance recital, and it's actually funny because she was in this one of the girls was in this tap piece, and they were wearing these like pleather crop tops and pants, and I was like, "I want to do that." My mom goes, "What?" Like,
Because your mom was
for her ballet, yeah.
Your
her
mom was traditional ballet,
yes.
and that was more modern.
Tap, jazz, and
Oh,
she was like, "Oh,
very against.
And so she got me into classes, and once I got point shoes, though, I was like, "Okay, I'm hooked. Like, I want to wear tutus and point shoes," and got that jazz tap out of my system.
Did you ever see a chorus line?
Like-
Or did you remember the music
I
from
do,
a chorus
yeah,
line? Because your songs
Yeah.
are specific to that.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So you are a little dance rebel.
Yeah,
so
for a
to
while,
speak.
yes.
Yeah. So you
Yeah.
almost sounded like you could have been a little bit of a musical theater kid.
Oh, but I can't sing.
You can, yeah. It's okay.
I could have been in like the
You
back
could have been
dancing.
in the chorus, and you could have been in the background.
pretending to sing.
That's
Yeah,
okay. Well,
Just open my mouth.
a lot of people are pretending
Yeah.
to sing, but they were great dancers,
Yeah.
especially in high school.
Yeah.
They were great dancers, and you needed that.
Yeah.
Because they could kick, point, toe.
Yeah.
They were great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but then at some point when you were 10, you went
Yeah.
the other way.
Yep. Yeah.
You
so
left-
right when I was like 12 or 13, when I got point shoes, it was like, oh, this is more fun than tap shoes. This is more fun than jazz class. Like, it was that was my motivation was the point shoes, and then we got into partnering, and that was fun for me. So.
And then you were tiny, or you were smaller. You
Yeah.
could be lifted, and
Right. Yeah.
yes, and
Yeah.
then you were.
I didn't get any taller than 5'2",
And then you could
so,
you
yeah.
could plie and pas de bourrée with the best of
Yeah,
them.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, was mom one of your teachers?
She was. Yeah.
What was that like?
Um,
'Cause it's not easy.
difficult.
Yeah.
I would say most days.
Did mom have a stick?
She did not have a stick.
Okay,
but,
she wasn't that traditional.
No, but she always tells the story of how her teacher, Mr. Crockett, had a stick, and he would sit on a stool similar to that one over there, and he'd have a stick, and he'd just hit their legs back and forth
Oh,
and back
really?
and forth.
Oh.
And back then, they would smoke too. So they would smoke
Yes.
and correct, head placement with a cigarette
I-
in the
yeah.
dancer's face. She always talks about that. So
Got to remember, I'm
Yeah.
much older than
Yeah.
you. So back in the late 70s, 80s,
Yeah.
and when I grew up in Long Island, that was that
Yeah.
way. They could smoke and everything, and I hated it.
yeah.
So yeah, I think back then.
So she talks about all
abuse.
that kind of stuff. But
Yes.
But no, she didn't have a stick. She didn't smoke
Yes.
teaching. But I did.
She was healthy.
There was a couple times where I got in trouble in class and I got kicked out just to show the rest of the class this is not what you're supposed to be doing. So.
But so tell us about what the school is like and what the experience is like for young people and for parents out there, and what they can expect from coming to, because your resident company, and tell us a little bit more about the resident company.
So the resident company is also its home is at Central Indiana Academy of Dance. So that's what you're talking about, the school.
Yeah.
So the school, like we just spoke about, goes from 2 to 18. So we start classes at 2. Up until about level 3, they take 1 day a week. We offer ballet, tap, jazz, musical theater. We have hip hop. But then as it progresses, they slowly add on classes to continue their technique, because really level 3 is where we really, they go from 1 hour class to an hour and a half class.
Wow.
And so the technical aspect and the steps that they're learning just kind of get a little bit harder, but need to be a little bit pushed more. So all the way up to our level 9s take 6 days a week. They're there.
Wow.
6 days. I mean, most of them are probably there 20 hours a week.
That's a commitment. It's a job.
Yeah.
So this is what they do.
Yeah.
And then for the non-for-profit, for
Uh-huh.
what you're part of,
Yeah.
the CIDE, the Central Indiana Dance, which you're putting on Beauty and the Beast,
Uh-huh.
and this is your 25th anniversary. In fact, you just had a gala.
Yeah,
And
we
you-
did.
yeah.
In January.
In
Yeah.
January, and I
Yeah,
heard it was
it
very
amazing.
successful.
Yeah.
I told Meg, I said, next year, the next gala I want to
Yeah. Of
come
course.
to. So you're doing Beauty and the Beast, and this, which is going to be the 18th and the
17th and 18th.
Oh, 17th and 18th.
Yep.
Yeah, 17th and 18th. So that's going to be this weekend. Tell us about that performance, how you put that together, because you're the artistic director.
Yes. So we actually, Beauty and the Beast is a brand new ballet for us. So we've never done it before. We have a resident choreographer. His name is Paul Tillman. He danced with Ballet Arkansas. His wife is actually an alumni of the company and the studio.
Wow.
Yeah. So they came back once they retired from dancing. They came back, and so he has actually choreographed the whole thing, found all the music, found the musical score for it, designed the lighting, designed all the costumes, did all the choreography, picked out all the backdrops. It's really his baby.
It's his vision. Right,
So
yeah.
I'm kind of just there for artistic support right
Okay.
now. But I mean, I just watched the whole thing all the way through in our in-studio dress rehearsal last weekend, and I mean, the costumes are amazing. Like Lumiere, he has his 2 candlesticks in his hands and 1 on his head, and but then they turn into the human dancer, and I mean, just the sets and costumes alone.
And this is going to be at the
amazing.
Tarkington.
The Tarkington this weekend, yeah. So we have 2 shows on Saturday, 2 shows on Sunday.
And what time are the shows?
So Saturday we have a show at 2 and 7:30, and
Okay.
then Sunday 1 and 4 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's going to be incredible.
Yeah.
Now, what are the ages of the performers?
So they are 8 or 9
9?
to 18. Yeah.
And how many performers in the whole?
So we have 85.
85 performers. Wow.
And I will say
Thank God you're not paying them.
right.
I'm involved in theater on Broadway in the West End, and again, that show would not
Yeah.
make it with
Right,
85.
right.
So, but everybody gets some time.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. And my
In
favorite
ballet, that's
scene
right.
that
Yeah.
he did is actually the silverware scene.
Which
So there are 24 kids on stage that are playing silverware, but there's
That
forks
takes a
and there's
little-
spoons and there's knives, and I'm telling you, when I watched it, I mean, they're a level 5, so they're 5th, 6th graders. They were so together.
The precision is
the
incredible.
Precision on those kids, the 5th and 6th graders, I was like, oh my gosh. Like
You were impressed.
I was so impressed. Like I did not rehearse them and I did not teach them choreography, but
What did Mom say?
I mean, like she gave them she clapped for applause, like gave them applause after it was.
So if
those kids were so good.
So if they made you and your mom, and again, not that you wouldn't be a little biased,
Right.
but you were impressed.
Right. Yeah.
I can't imagine what the audience is going to feel.
Yeah.
So,
they're so good
like
at
we say, ATI is Broadway in your backyard. This is, again, you're a resident company. It's not a professional theater, but you're getting quality with young people performing at a high level.
Yeah.
And wow, precision. You're really giving the Carmel community something very special.
Yeah, and we always do full-length ballets.
Yeah, that's great.
So we don't do, an act of this and an act of that.
It's not a junior.
Correct. Yeah. So
It's not Beauty and the Beast Junior,
Yeah, no.
which is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I think that's very special.
Yeah.
But you're giving. So how long is the show?
It's about an hour and a half with a 15-minute intermission.
That's a nice performance.
Yeah. So and that's part of our mission at CIDE is to give these kids a professional experience without being a professional. So they go, okay, this is what I want to do. This is not really what I want to do, but I'm going to have fun doing it. But this is not what I want to do after.
Do you have parent participation, costume changes? Do you have a whole army of people helping you back there because there's costume changes?
Yes. So our board of directors is amazing.
Okay. Tell us about that.
So our board of directors right now is mainly parent. We don't have outside artists or board of directors, which we would like to start getting the community a little bit more involved now going into the 26th season. But we work solely on volunteers. Because we have to. We do well with grants and we do well with fundraising and sponsorship, but we do a lot with volunteers. So we have a lot of parent volunteers. A lot of the costumes were made solely by volunteers, and they're all new. And same with the set design. We just had our load in this morning, and the amount of sets coming in that door, I was like, oh my gosh!
So it takes a village to make this happen.
Oh yeah.
So you are well supported. Well, our board president is John Murphy, who I know you know, and his two
granddaughters.
That's
dance
right.
With us, yes.
And he just absolutely. We talk pretty much every day. We've become really, really close friends. In fact, I spoke to him just a little bit ago, and he said, "Please just tell Ashley." He said he wanted to be here to just be in the audience for this, and he said, "Tell her how much he really appreciates, and he's just absolutely loves his two granddaughters, and they're sweethearts." Yeah. I'm developing I'm involved with this show called Super You, and John and I were talking about it. His granddaughter was there, and she's making these little bracelets and things, and she's so creative. But he was talking to me how much he really appreciates his granddaughters being involved with this, and it really does mean a lot. And I know as a newer grandfather how important it is to have things for these kids, and you're providing that. So the fact that you are a resident company, but a place for these young girls and boys to put their energy, and it's a great thing to do. And just like we have so many great things in Carmel's dad's club and sports, the arts are a wonderful place. It's just as important. And I believe so much. That's why I'm part of ATI and Actors Theater of Indiana and the Give Back. I think what you have. So for those out there, you are a non-for-profit. You do, and I want to put a plug in, they do need your support. So if you want to do a little shout out, how can, I know that you, for the for your group and for your company, you did the gala.
Yep.
That's one way.
Yep. And
How-
John was the
John-
chair for it.
He's the
Yeah.
chair, yes.
Yeah.
And I know he was, he was unable to make
Yep.
it this year because, but we talked about how important it is to have this village.
Yeah.
But how do people give to you?
Yeah. So you can go to our website, cidedance.org, and we have a donate button on there. Or just come support us at one of our shows. I mean,
That's the key.
We would love to have, the audience full for our dancers. And if you can't make it this show, we're doing Nutcracker in December.
So the Nutcracker's December.
Yeah.
So how many shows do you do a year?
So we do a full-length Nutcracker.
Okay.
We do a mixed rep performance every March at the Tarkington, and then also a full-length ballet. So next year, 2026, we will be doing Peter Pan and flying.
Wow. So will Peter Pan actually fly?
Yep, yep. So all the kids, Wendy, John, Michael, and Peter Pan flew last time we did it. So
Wow.
I think that was 2018.
That's
2017,
incredible
2018, yeah.
that you're able to do this. I mean,
Yeah.
Ashley, the fact that you're doing this and your mom is it's a beautiful thing that it's just one of the many reasons that makes our city so special.
Yeah.
And being a resident company here and the fact that you're doing this at the Tarkington is special. And
and we're doing the resident company show.
That's
in
right,
August
Resco. That's right. We're all
with ATI.
ATI, right? We're excited about that. So that's something we're all.
August 5th, yeah.
August 5th, we're going to be working together, and
Yeah.
I'm excited about that.
It'll
So
be really cool to see
we'll be
everyone
seeing
together,
we'll be
yeah.
seeing you there, and I think that the fact that you have 85 young people in a show, just like the Civic does that with the kids, but in dance.
Yeah.
The fact that you have 85 young is incredible.
Right. Yeah.
And
they've shown up, rehearsals every single weekend. and
Wow.
Classes every week, and just really dedicated.
well, you're
Good
changing
for the kids,
lives. You're changing lives. It's gotta make your heart feel
Yeah.
warm. Makes me feel warm
Yeah.
on that.
Yeah, they're great kids.
Well,
They're
that's
amazing.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here. It really
Thanks
means a
for
lot.
having me.
Before I close out, just we just closed our sold out performances of 9 to 5. So thank you to everybody that came. Like again, supporting arts here in Carmel is so important. ATI, Actors Theater of Indiana, we're Broadway in your backyard. Our next show is Titanic, which will be coming up at the Palladium, Allied Solutions. That's going to be June 20th and the 21st. So you can get your tickets. It's going to be a magnificent performance. So that's our next big show, and we would love for you to come see that. So please think about seeing that Broadway in your backyard. And also, I just want to point out that this weekend, again, if you haven't, you don't have anything that you're planning on, go see Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll have.
It's funny too. The dancers the acting is great.
Yeah. And last but not least, for those of you that are season ticket holders, please, you can buy your season tickets for Actors Theater of Indiana, ATI. You can go on ati.org and or you can call the number 317-843-3800, or like I say, atastage.org. It's easy to get tickets. So thank you so much for being here at ATI Lunch Break. Again, I'm Sam Arce, Broadway Sam, and thank you, Ashley Jacobs, for being here. We really had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we did.
So,
yeah, it's great.
As we say in theater, break a leg this weekend.
Yes, thank
But in your case, I don't want any accidents.
Right.
But a lot of people don't know where that really came from. Do you know where that came from, break a leg? So in theater, it's actually in the UK. People would be rocking their chairs back in theater to the point where the leg, if the show was that good, the chair broke. And if it was that good, it would break a leg.
Interesting.
So that you would say break a leg instead of good luck.
Interesting.
So I'm giving you my musical theater break a leg, but we wish you all the best for this weekend.
Much.
So with that, we're out until next week. Have a wonderful weekend, a great day. God bless.